Good morning, everyone. Let's collectively start the day bowing to Shri Mataji, raising our Kundalini and putting on a bandhan. Hopefully this has taken us into thoughtless awareness. Let's keep our attention inside and let us feel the bhakti in our heart. Holy Mother, please rise up our central nervous system. Please settle in our heart. Please forgive us for all mistakes and take us deep into thoughtless awareness. Let's sit in silence for a few moments and really bring our attention inside ourselves, deep into our Sahasraras. Keeping our attention in the Sahasrara, let's join in the mantras to Shri Ganesha, 12 names of Shri Ganesha.
श्री गणेश के 12 नाम। श्री सुमुख। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री सुमुख साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री एकदंत। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री एकदंत साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री कपिल। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कपिल साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गजकर्णक। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गजकर्णक साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री लंबोदर ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री लंबोदर साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री विकट ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री विकट साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री विघ्ननाश ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री विघ्ननाश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गणाधिप ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणाधिप साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री धूम्रकेतु ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री धूम्रकेतु साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गणाध्यक्ष ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणाध्यक्ष साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री भालचंद्र ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री भालचंद्र साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गजानन ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गजानन साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Let's sit in silence for a few moments and enjoy the joy generated by those mantras. Keeping our attention in Sarastra, let's watch Shri Mataji's video talking about guilt.
I'm very joyous today to see all of you celebrating my birthday, as well as having the national program same day. It's a good combination we have in the month of March. It's regarded as springtime in India, Madhumas. That's what you sing, Madhumas. And as you know, 21st March is the equinox. So it sort of is a balance. And also the center of all the signs you have in the horoscope. so many centers I had to achieve. And also I was born on the Tropic of Cancer, as you are on the Tropic of Capricorn. And Aries rock is on Tropic of Capricorn, just in the center. So many combinations had to be worked out. So the principle of ascent is to be in the center, to be in the balance, to be in the Maryadas of the center, to be in the boundaries of the center is the principle. So what happens when we do not keep to the boundaries, to the Maryadas? Then we get caught. If we keep to Maryadas, we can never be caught. Many people say, why have the Maryadas? Say, we have the Maryada, the boundaries of this beautiful ashram here. And somebody is attacking you from all the sides, on all the sides of the void. So if you go out of the void, you get caught. That's why you have to keep to the boundaries. And to keep to the boundaries is difficult when you have two problems. One is the ego, another is the superego. Now, as in the West, superego is not such a problem. Ego is the problem, and it has very, very subtle implications now. I can see the complicated style of egos we have. One is a gross, like Khomeini style, which is dry, it's obvious, evident, everybody can condemn. That one is the one, either one corrects or gets completely destroyed. But ego, if it is of a stupid person, then he behaves in this manner only, that he doesn't know how to hide his ego in sophistication. But the Western ego is extremely sophisticated. The language, everything is very sophisticated. Like in English language, we'll say, I'm afraid, I have to slap you. I'm sorry, I have to kill you. It's such a devious thing, you see. Once you said, I'm sorry, that means you have put a chocolate on top of that, isn't it? It's such a camouflage. Must understand. See, we must face as we are. We cannot be facing something else. But this is exactly what happens with sophistication, that we avoid facing ourselves. Today, though the day is of celebration, so in all humor we should understand what this stupid thing called ego is. In all humor, not in seriousness. But I don't want you to again feel guilty. Now, as I was explaining in the morning, how ego becomes the left Vishuddhi. I mean, even before going to the hall, my attention on the hall, I get a big lump, just painful, horrible, excruciating. I mean, all the time it is there since I have been in the West. Can you imagine? It has never vanished. So this chakra is all the time working. Poor thing is so much now tired. Vishnu Maya's chakra. So what happens really, we should see the physical side of it. It's very important to understand. You see, from childhood, if we are taught in a society like this, where you are an extrovert, you have to achieve something, some success or this and that, then the idea of strength is given to you. That it is weakness to tolerate something. Imagine in Christian nations. That's the best part of it. I am sorry, I will kill you sort of thing. In Christian nation, you see, they have this theory that it is weakness, that if you tolerate anything, it is a weakness if you get dominated by someone. You can never be successful if you do like that. So unless and until you are possessed, you can never be obedient. This is what it is. Somebody has to possess you, absolutely possess you, like Hitler. Then you can be obedient. Otherwise, everybody has a big ego. As I had told you the story of the garbage cleaner. So everybody has a very, very big ego. Everybody wants to have their own way. And from childhood, you spoil your children too much. You spoil them, completely spoil them. All the time, you'll hug them, you'll hold them, you'll do too much. Children get spoiled. Ignorant of themselves. And then on top of that, if you tell them that you should not tolerate anything, they become disobedient. So you do not know how to obey others in any way. Ego does not know how to obey because that is weakness. Obedience is weakness. So now, this poor thing, ego, has a limited thing. That is, this ego has a balloon which is limited. But it bursts when you get your paralysis and all those things. It does burst. But it is flexible also. So when the ego starts getting too much on top of the superego, then the superego can go up to a point. It is also there. So to get rid of the ego, people take drinks, drugs, just to push it back. So increase the ego, increase the superego. So the ego comes down. So you are playing between, then you have a hangover. Then it goes on like this, you see, works on. This is the modern solution they find for ego. Alright. Otherwise, ego is too much. So when somebody says something to you, instead of facing up to it, supposing you find you have not been able to say, find a glass for me, a simple thing, I take it. You sulk. Why? Why should you sulk for that? Because there's another place where the ego can go is when you come down. You see, here it crosses at Vishuddhi. So when it is suppressed from the other side, it goes into that Vishuddhi. So then you get the left Vishuddhi. It is nothing but pure ego, believe me, it's pure ego. Because it has no other way to get in, it goes there. And that's how you sulk and think. Think, so you get more ego. You fill up your left side and you sulk. You never face. Now, the practical way, a central path, is established by being in reality. Now, as a matter of habit, you must have known. Supposing something has gone wrong, tell yourself, yes, it has gone wrong because I have done the mistake. All right, why did I do the mistake? Because of this, so next time no. But very easy, avoid everything, come to this and enjoy your ego feeling sad. It's an indulgence. And others also feel, oh, he felt, I'm sorry, I've killed you, you see. He feels sorry for it. Yes, I've seen it has gone so far in the minds of the Western people that there are laws which really forgive people who should never be forgiven. They also try to forgive people because of this left nonsensical Vishuddhi, which indulges into the left side. You feel sympathy for such people. who should not have been forgiven. Like there's one fellow who has murdered so many people, put them into gas chambers. This thing is arrested now, is a liability, big liability as a prisoner kept somewhere because they had to keep everything very much closed and this and that. So to maintain such a dog there was very difficult for English people. But they are maintaining this one prisoner. I have forgotten his name, horrible fellow, whosoever it is. Now he has been there, he's old, this thing, let him die there. What is there to have pity? Just hang him out and finish. He has killed so many people. No, but how can you do that? You must keep this doggy there. Though he is consuming the money of all the people, though he has killed thousands and thousands and thousands in gas chamber, he's been such a horrid fellow, there should be no sympathy in the divine laws, he would be finished in no time. He's dissipating every day, but even now I read articles in sympathy with him. Now what is he going to do wrong? Why not leave him alone? This is how you play into the hands of horrible people by your left Vishuddhi, first of all. So this left Vishuddhi is nothing but purely ego. And then you bend your head like that, you walk like that. Now with this left Vishuddhi, though you have many physical problems, but the worst of all will be lunacy. The other day, somebody told me that at the age of 40 years now in America, people are suddenly becoming lunatic. And it's a very big sickness, just like they have it in that horrible disease called AIDS. In that way it is spreading. Now I must tell you as your mother very clearly that this is the part this horrible left Vishuddhi plays. Do not indulge into it. If you have an ego, that's why it's left Vishuddhi. Face up to yourself. Like today, Warren's idea was that he came and told me that in India when we go, we think that the people, whatever we suggest, first start with no. So you see, actually that no is because we brought up a different way. See, to face up to it. We are brought up. That's why Indians are never guilty. If they are guilty, know that they are westernized. They are never guilty. So now, at that time, when they say no to something, 99%, not the people who are in the cities, they are same style of it, because you have blessed them nicely. But in the villages, you see, they tell themselves, no, how I could have done it? All right, if I have done it, I better correct it. No, it starts with no. But a Western person might hear this no, he'll think, oh, he's just punching my ego. Because still that ego is there to dominate others. Still this ego thinks they are much better organizers. Still this one thinks that they are cleaner people than others. They are higher people than others. All this ego thinks like that, see, and builds you up. And you live on top, you see, like a balloon or a ring that is bloated, you keep on the surface. And that's why I don't want the air to get out, because you know you'll sink into yourself. So one lives on that, and you start thinking you know it better. Anybody says anything to you, one feels hurt, again left Vishuddhi. If mother says anything, again left Vishuddhi. So you have already made a pouch there, being in the West. We should face as we are. Now that pouch is there. So anything I say, now even if I am saying now, you should not feel guilty. Let's see, not feel guilty. Be on your spirit. So you see yourself and you can clear out. If you see from your spirit's angle, you clear out that which you have accumulated since long. Left Vishuddhi is the problem today of the West, I tell you. All these problems are coming from left Vishuddhi, but which is not in no way is that they are subdued. On the contrary, any moment, this left Vishuddhi can blow in again into the ego. You see, I have seen this in the West, very common. People are walking straight forward, everything is all right. Even in the cities of India, we have seen it. You make them into trustees. Suddenly they jump on the horse. I said, from where did they jump in the horse? From where this ego has come? That was all stored up here. You see, as soon as they become trustees, the whole thing comes back. And they're sitting like John Gilpin on a horse going fast. And I start looking at them, where are they going? They were just there, disappeared. Vanishing tricks. Just can't understand why it happens. But after penetrating into the problems, because I see just going to the hall, you get them a left vision. But look at the children. You see, from childhood, you don't teach them all the time say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Our Parsis in India have very much affectation from it, very much. So in the morning, we never want to see a Parsi. Because early in the morning, he'll come and he starts saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. This is inauspicious. Maaf karo, you see. People say, Baba, you come in the afternoon. This is not good. Morning time, don't start with this. We don't say like that. It's inauspicious. You open the door, somebody standing with maaf karo. For what? What have I done? What have you done that you are saying like this all the time in an apologetic mood? You see, for what? You see, you don't want to see an apologetic face in the morning time, do you? Something pleasant, nice, coming to meet you here and they say, maaf karo, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's a very common thing that we don't want to see a Parsi in the morning. The reason is this. You see, if you see them in the morning, the whole day you are in a bad state. You have seen somebody very apologetic. But it is not apology. They are extremely egoistical people. If you study their character, they are very egoistical. So, this one has to understand that when we start dealing with our ego, we must directly deal with it. We are not ego, we are the spirit. Directly. Oh, I see. So, it was wrong, so it was done by not me, by this body. Now, come along. No, better be alright. You tell yourself. No, better be alright. That's how we are going to deal with it. Because, you see, this is what is frightening me, is this left Vishuddhi. Because when I thought of this disease, my attention went to left Vishuddhi. Imagine people become lunatic. And most of the egoistical people, I find, become stupid because of that. They are stupid, they behave stupidly. And the egoistical people only take to drugs and to drink so much because they can stand it. Supposing a person who is very superego, supposing a man who is possessed takes to drink, he'll die very soon. He won't live because he's thrown more than that. But the egoistical people can stand. I mean, a person who is not egoistical, like an Indian, if he takes a vodka, he'll be blown off the shores. Absolutely nowhere to be found, lost. Even in lost and found, he won't be there. But it's that ego of yours that has resistance for going for the superego, and that's how you manage it. You see, that's why people can drink. It has nothing to do with the cold weather or anything. It's more your ego. Now, when you call also left-sided, sometimes you make a big mistake. You are not. You live with that myth because that's how you can excuse your ego. Because basically Western people are egoistical, we must accept this fact. We are not Western people. We belong to the realm of God. So don't feel guilty. You are no more Western. To me, you are neither Indians, nor English, nor Australians. You are my children.
Let's just keep our attention in Sarastra. Let's absorb the vibrations from the talk. In meditation in silence for a few minutes. And then we'll finish again with the raga for Sarastra, with the intention of just keeping our attention inside as much as possible. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. I hope we're all feeling nice and centered and quietly joyful on the inside after our beautiful meditation this morning. I just couldn't believe it. I looked up after the music at the roses. I'm just going to zoom in for you. These roses are actually miniature roses, and I get them regularly, and they never get particularly big, but these have actually opened out through the meditation, and oh my goodness, they are just stunning. And like, they're the size of a standard rose when they're meant to be miniature. So yeah, just thought we could all enjoy that. Have a beautiful day, everyone. The talk and the music and the links will be placed in the comments. Jai Shri Mataji.